Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Victoria and welcome to Pembroke Beauty. So today I have a super exciting video because it is now 2019, so Happy New Year, in case I haven't said it, which I haven't. But yeah, Happy New Year. And today I'm doing my 2018 favorites video. So I've never done anything like this before because this is my first year on the tube. So I am pretty pumped to do it. I hope that you guys are too, because I'm about to start, and I think that it's kind of like, I know people do like monthly favorites, and to be honest, like that's really good for bigger YouTubers because they get like so much makeup all the time. But for me, it's like the reason why I've never done a monthly favorite is because I don't get that much makeup. Like I get new makeup, but I don't get like so much that I'm trying so many new things all the time that it's super reasonable for me to do a monthly type deal. So I figured a yearly one would be good because I do have makeup that I have acquired over time, and I like some things. I mean, pretty much everything that I talk to you guys about, you know my opinion about, but there are some things that I find myself using all the time, every day of my life, and like a lot of my life is not on camera. So a lot of stuff you may not see me use all the time, but I do use it in my day-to-day life. So I'm going to stop talking. And also I'm going to do kind of like a lifestyle favorites too. Like I'm going to talk about like my favorite YouTubers of the year and my favorite music of the year and stuff like that. So if you are interested in seeing my yearly favorites of things, then just keep watching. So starting off, I'm probably just going to go like in the order of how I would do my makeup, and then I'm going to talk about like lifestyle favorites. So the first thing is primer / moisturizer, which I bet you guys could guess it. Could you guess it? Do you know? Let's play a little game. Yeah, so if you didn't know, then you should definitely subscribe because I use this all the freaking time, and clearly you haven't seen any of my other videos, so rude. But yes. This is the Yes to Carrots Nourishing Moisturizer, fragrance-free daily facial moisturizer with 15 SPF. And it is paraben-free, it is cruelty-free like everything else I use on my channel, and I love this stuff. I did speak about this in my very first video, which, oh my gosh, it's almost a whole year since I've done that, which is crazy. But yeah, in that video I talked about this, and I friggin' love this, but I will say, when you walk outside for the first time, it may take you by surprise. You're suddenly like, carrots. What? Carrots. I smell carrots. And then you go inside and you don't smell it anymore, and it's like gone, and nobody else can smell it because I've asked people to smell my face. And then you go outside the second time and then you don't smell it ever again. So it's like no big deal, really. So, you know. And it doesn't smell like that when you put it on, which is kind of the weird thing. But no, it's really good. So I highly recommend this. It is not too heavy, but I do have dry skin, and this is good for my dry skin because, like, if I don't have anything on my face, I don't moisturize, I don't do anything, then my face literally gets like, and I start to crack, and it's not fun, and it hurts. So yeah, so this is good. I use this, so little routine. I shower every night because I'm weird and I feel like I have to. And so then I get out of the shower and I put this on, then I go sleep, wake up, like wash my face off with water. That's it. No soap or anything. Then I put this back on in the morning and do my makeup. So that is my typical routine with this. So technically I use it twice a day. I friggin' love it. It's really good. Highly, highly recommend. You can get it at the drugstore, get it off of Amazon. That's where I get mine. Concealer. So you guys know the drill. I don't wear foundation. If I was to wear foundation, I don't know what foundation I would wear. I have some idea of some that I would probably go to first. I have done a tutorial where I did use foundation. It was, I think, my second tutorial on my channel. I think it was that. It was a really long time ago. And I haven't worn foundation since then, and I will probably not wear it until further notice because I don't really have any reason to wear it. I don't really like covering up my freckles. You guys know the drill. I don't have issues. I just don't really, it's not really my thing. So totally live your life how you want to. There are plenty of foundation recommendations on the internet. I'm going to talk about some of my favorite YouTubers, and you guys can check them out if you want foundation recommendations. I actually put some foundation recommendations. That's like kind of a tongue twister. Foundation recommendation, foundation recommendation, foundation recommendation. That's kind of intense. You guys should try it. Go ahead. Okay, so that was fun. I'm glad that we did that. So yeah, so if you want foundation recommendations, check out my video up there. Check it out. Check it out. So moving on, since I don't wear foundation, I wear concealer. And so I'm going to give you 2 of my favorite concealers of 2018. So my first one is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. And my only beef with this, yeah, you like that? Beef with this is the shade range is a little crappy. I don't know if it's bad on the darker end, to be honest with you, I don't know. But I know that on the lighter end, this is their lightest shade, and it's too dark for me right now, so I can't wear it, which is semi-irritating. Come on, Wet n Wild, you can do better than that. So yeah, I really love that. The coverage is very nice. It's not too drying. It's not too like dewy or anything. It doesn't really crease too much. It's a really, really natural finish. It makes your skin look really good. It covers up your dark circles. If ever I have pimples right here right now. Hopefully you can't see them. Yeah, you can right there. Yeah, lovely. I actually put that on there earlier this morning and then put a lighter concealer over top just for the coverage of that concealer. So it's really good. I highly recommend it. Again, it's Wet n Wild, so it's drugstore, cruelty free. It's really good. Second option, favorite of the year, the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This concealer, again, is drugstore. It's also cruelty free. They have a great shade range, great on either end. They actually have a white one, which I'm kind of like, I need to get. This one's really good. I think they actually have lighter ones than this one at this point, which is very nice. So, and I know that they have deep shades as well. So if you are looking for something deeper, they also have those options too. So I really like this a lot. It is just as coverage full. Just as full coverage, if not maybe slightly more than the Wet n Wild one. But this one, the applicator kind of sucks, to be honest with you. But it's okay. It's like this little weird brushy thing. I don't know. It's bizarre. I don't mind it, but it is kind of weird. I know some people hate it. I don't. It doesn't bother me, but I do think that it's a key point to make. But yeah, so the coverage is probably a little bit more than the Wet n Wild one, but at the same time, this one blends out a little tougher, I think. Like the Wet n Wild one, stick it on there and you go boop, 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 and it's done. The LA Girl one, you stick it on there and you got to do a little bit more like boop 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 boop, done. You know? So not a lot more, but a little bit more. Okay, so setting powders. I have a favorite pressed powder for my face, and then I have a couple other loose powders that I want to talk about. First powder, pressed powder that I want to talk about, I actually don't have right now. I already went through it and I'm like itching to buy a new one. It is the Flower Beauty pressed face powder. It is amazing. It's so good. I love it. It's like, it adds a little bit of coverage because it does have color. It's not translucent, but at the same time they have shade range. So if you need like a deeper one or a medium tone, you know what I mean? They have options. So there's that. And it's just like a beautiful finish. It really does kind of blur your face. Like, your pores look blurred when you put it on, and it's not supposed to be like a blurring powder, and it doesn't have flashbacks, so that's not like an issue. You won't look like a crazy person if you are out at night and somebody takes a picture of you with the flash, but it's beautiful. So I highly recommend that one. There's also this one that I love and I have fallen in love with. It is the ColourPop No Filter Setting Powder. So I have mine in the shade Translucent. I know that they have a bunch of other colors, so if you need another color, you can definitely do that. This one I think is beautiful as well. It just makes the skin look really flawless and poreless. I really like it. I think that loose powders are really nice. This one honestly is probably tied, if not slightly lower on my list with this one. So I don't know if you guys have followed me, but you should, and I will put right up there, right there, my videos about Starfire. So Starfire is a company that has been so kind to me this year. I am so thankful for them. So shout out to you, Starfire, if you're watching. I really appreciate all the love and support that you have given me. Truly, it is amazing, and I love you guys. And so if you guys haven't checked them out, you should definitely do it. I have a coupon code with them. It doesn't help me in any way. Like, I don't make money off the coupon code. It just saves you guys 20%. So there's no issue there. I'm not making any money off of you. Just go ahead and get your 20% and go. But yes, so they have amazing products. They are slightly more high-end as far as a price point, but that also comes with quality. They have great quality. So keep that in mind. They are also cruelty free and they are so kind. So this is another product that, like I said, is about tied with this one. This is the Starfire loose powder and it is like the velvet one. So this is amazing. The amount of product that you get is insane. You end up getting 20 grams of product. So that's a lot. And a lot of their stuff is like paraben free and like they have fragrance free. It's really nice. Definitely check out their website. It's really good. This powder looks amazing on the face. It has some color, so potentially if you are darker, it may not be like amazing for you, but I'm not 100%. I don't know. But just speaking out loud, this is amazing powder. It is so good. It really sets and is like kind of mattifying, but in a good velvety way. Like the description of this powder is spot on. It definitely makes your skin kind of look like velvet. So it's beautiful. I love that. If you were looking for a more high-end option, that is definitely one that I recommend for you. So we're moving on to bronzers / contour, all that jazz. So, as far as bronzers, I don't use this a lot on camera, and actually I've gone through another one, which is why I don't have it to show you right now, but I bet you could guess it. Can you guess? Can you guess? Can you guess? It is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So, I'm obsessed with that. Again, it is drugstore. You can buy it at the drugstore. It is so good. Oh my god, and the smell. So yes, I highly recommend that. I'm sure you've heard that from everybody and their brother. It is so good. They have a couple more shades. Their shades still kind of suck, to be honest with you. They could do a little deeper than what they got. They have dark bronzer and it's like not really deep. But whatever. That is an amazing bronzer. It smells so good. It smells like vacation. It has like the most neutral undertone, so I can still wear it when I'm super pale like I am right now. And when I'm a little bit deeper in the summertime, it still looks beautiful. And it's like neutral enough that I can still kind of contour with it, and it's not so like orange. But it's also warm enough that it does make me look bronzed and like I have like health, you know? So one that I've come across that I freaking love that is new to me is the Catrice Prime and Fine Ashy Radiance Professional Contouring Palette. So this is amazing. They have a darker one. This one is their cooler toned one, which is so good for me right now because I am pale as anything. So this is so good. I love it. It's got a really good undertone, so it's nice and cool, and it will contour you like no other. So if you were looking for a drugstore brand, cruelty-free, amazing contour, and you don't want to get like a whole palette, because I'm kind of like, do I really need a whole palette? I don't know. So this is a good option, and this highlighter is really nice. I don't particularly use it because it's not as shiny as I want it to be, but if you're someone who likes a subtle highlight, this would be good for you. This highlight, I mean. But, I mean, honestly, just the contour itself is worth like the $5 that the little palette is worth. Moving on to blush. So I have used the crap out of this blush all year. I got it in a BoxyCharm. Holy freaking moly, man. I have used this to death. Like, I don't use it a lot on my channel because I'm like, holy god, you need to chill. Chill! Because I use it so much. And I was scared that I was going to use it in every tutorial. So this is the, can you guess this one? The Pretty Vulgar Hush Blush. And you can see that I've hit pan on this. And what blush have I ever hit pan on? None until this one. Yeah, that's how much I freaking use this. It lives in my makeup bag. I wear it every day to work, all the time, every day. Then I'm not filming because I don't want to repeat so many, so many things. So yeah, so this is the Make Them Blush Hush Blush from Pretty Vulgar. Again, they are more of a higher end brand, but I 100% think that this is an amazing blush. It's like such a good kind of neutral toned pink, and it's not so deep that like I put it on and I'm like, oh god, I look crazy. It's like just the perfect amount of depth and pink, but still kind of warm, so it's like neutral, but it's not cold, but it's not hot. You know, it's really good. Highly, highly recommend. If you're looking for an everyday neutral, pinky toned, natural-ish nudie blush, that's the one you want to get. Okay, as far as second blush item, I have this. This is the Starfire Cosmetics Blush Palette, and I did a whole dedicated video on this. It is freaking beautiful. Let's just look at these and give a moment of appreciation here, because That's insane. It comes with a mirror, which is so nice. It is such a heavy-duty, luxurious palette. The packaging is amazing. The blushes themselves are so good. So good. And I'm not really like a blushy person. And then I got those two products and I was like, holy shart, I'm a blushy person. So that is so good. If you are like me and you kind of go through like shades where you're like, holy moly, I'm pale, and to like kind of ish tan, not most, like maybe half the shades won't work for you at any given point, but that doesn't matter. In that video, which I will link up there, I use them as eyeshadows and they are so good. Oh my god, they're so good as eyeshadows. They are incredibly pigmented, incredibly beautiful. It is just an all-around amazing palette. So if you're looking for a blush palette, like if you're like a working makeup artist and you want like a couple things, there's like a highlighter, it's just really good. So go ahead and check that out as well. So good. I'm going to jump into something that is limited edition and it is gone, but I have freaking used the crap out of it, so I wanted to mention it. It is this. I'm not going to talk too much because like I said, you can't buy it right now, which makes me feel disgusted. Wet n Wild, get your life together. You hear me? Bring it back. Bring it back. The people need it. Sorry, that got a little dark. Moving on. It is the Wet n Wild Gothographic Moon Tears Loose Highlighter. So this puppy is insanely beautiful. If you don't like glittery highlights, this is not the highlight for you, but to be honest, I don't care and I like them. So for like the summertime when I'm feeling like kind of good, kind of tan, but at the same time, even in the winter when I'm like, I want to glow like no other today, this is what I will use. I'll put this on my body. I'll put it on my face. I'll put it on my eyes. It is so good. Holy moly, if you have this, cherish it. Cherish it like you're newborn. It's so good. Okay, moving on. We have to move on because that's limited edition. I'm sorry for those of you who didn't get it. Write an angry letter to Wet n Wild. It may change your life. I'm just saying. This I have used the bejesus out of as well. It's like lived in my purse since I got it because it is so good. So I did the Sol in Mar collection review from ColourPop. Again, check it out if you want to. I loved those palettes. Do I use them every day? No, so they're not in this like whole thing, but that doesn't mean that they're not amazing palettes because they frickin' were. And this came in that collection and I have been in love with this since it came. So this is the Double Down Super Shock Cheek Pearlized Highlighter from ColourPop. And I just cannot. Like, you can see that I've hit pan because I have used the crap out of it. It is just the most beautiful finish. It's like a champagne-y gold, but it's not so gold and it's not so deep that I can't use it right now. Like I said, I use it every day, so I use it all the time. It is just so good. There's something about those Super Shock cheeks from ColourPop that I just can't get over. Like, the consistency just looks so flattering on the skin. If you haven't tried them, you should. They're so good. So I highly recommend it. Liquid highlight of the year. Starfire Cosmetics Liquid Highlighter Drops in 03. Right now I cannot use this on my face because it is slightly too deep for me, but I can use it on my body, and I do because it's so good. Like I said, I've done a couple Starfire videos. If you want to check them out, definitely should. That is an incredible, it's not glittery, it's shimmery, but it's not like gross and shimmery. It's like dewy and like regal and so beautiful. I cannot. So I love. So if you're a liquid highlighter type of gal, check it out. And I love using that underneath of this loose highlight, which is the Starfire E6, like, what is this called? It's like their loose highlighting powder. And it is just so good. Holy moly, it is so good. It, like, again, I did a video on this as well. Like, they're all kind of in the same video. But it's like, it looks super white and chalky when you put it on your hand, or like when you originally put it on your face and you're like, holy god, this is gonna look awful. It's gonna look so chalky, it's gonna be so ugly, so unflattering. And then you go, whoop, and it's like, holy moly, my life has now shifted. The earth is shattering because of how beautiful this highlighter is. It's so good. I highly recommend it if you are in the market for a loose highlighter and you are pale like myself. Definitely check it out. It is so good. Okay, moving on to brows. I bet you could guess because I only use one thing in my brows all the time. It is the NYX Cosmetics Tinted Brow Mascara. in chocolate. And I freaking love this. I just can't stop using it. I've talked about this so many times, I don't want to harp on it again, but I don't like doing a lot with my brows. It's just not something that I enjoy doing. I think that it looks really cool and like really good when people have like Instagram brows or whatever, but I'm really like more about the naturally bushy kind of looking brows. Not like crazy bushy like unibrow brows, but like kind of bushy, kind of natural, like let's just have fun and live free and have brows, you know? So I love that stuff. It is so good. They have a bunch of shades, so if you were in the market for that, check it out. I'm going to start off with something that was limited edition. I actually don't know when this came out. I got it for Christmas maybe like 2 years ago. And I don't know why, but I just feel like I have to mention it for those of you who are out there who are like, why doesn't anybody talk about this? Why didn't anybody talk about this? I'm going to talk about it for you. Okay, it's so good. Unfortunately, you can't get it. Let's write an email to Too Faced as well if we're going for it. This is the I Love Kandee palette from Too Faced, and mine looks a little beat up because it is. I love this palette so much. I have used this so much over the past year and like 2 years. I don't know. It's just such a good palette. Like the little cool tones in here, the little like kind of pinky warm tones and like oranges. It's just so good. This is like my live-in area. That's like where I love to, yeah, it's just so good. So like on everyday purposes when I'm not filming, because obviously I don't want to use something that you guys can't get on camera, except for I'm mentioning it right now, but I felt like I had to because I felt like I was lying. Okay. But yeah, on like a day-to-day basis, like when I'm going to work, when I'm doing whatever, like hanging out on a Saturday, whatever I'm doing, I use that palette all the time because it's amazing. Moving on to stuff that you can actually get. This is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I did an entire video on this as well. Yeah, this thing is freaking beautiful, and mine's beat up as well, I'm sorry. So obviously I like this a lot and I use it a lot, and my mom loves this palette as well. It's so good. So I did an entire video reviewing this. I'm obsessed with this palette. It is such a good palette, so underrated. Again, not very many people talk about this, and I don't really know why because it is so good. And I've tried other Urban Decay palettes and I've kind of been like, eh, about them. That one is amazing. If you don't have it and you're interested in the color scheme, because there's pretty much every color scheme in there, definitely check it out because it's freaking good. Really good. Okay, so up next, I bet you guys could guess it. Actually, the next two palettes that I have, and the only last two palettes I have, you could probably guess. So this is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Original Palette. Holy moly, holy grail palette. It's so good. Everybody loves this palette that I know of. Honestly, I can't think of any bad review that I've heard about it other than people who just don't like Jaclyn Hill, which, you know what, whatever. Live your life, do what you feel, but I really like her, and I freaking love this palette because it's amazing, okay? If you are in the hunt for kind of like, if you really like warm tones and then you kind of like want to dabble a little bit into like the cooler-ish tones, check out this palette because it is so good. The formula is amazing. I've used this in so many tutorials I can't even think about it. Like, I try not to use it on camera, but I just find myself using it. And I just love this palette. It's so good. So highly, highly, highly recommend. Morphe is an inexpensive cruelty-free brand. Jaclyn Hill is an amazing YouTuber. Well, you know, amazing woman. And I love that palette. So definitely check it out if you haven't already. Final palette. I'm trying to move through these, okay? That's why I'm like... Final palette. Obsessed with this palette. This palette is just incredible. I can tell you right now that I use this so much more than I showed on camera because I like lived in this palette for a very long time. I still kind of do. But like I said, I can't use it all the time on camera. You guys, I just can't because you guys will get tired of me. But I love this palette so much. Oh my god, it's so good. So inexpensive, so amazing. The color selection is incredible. If you liked the other selection more, the Zodiac Love Signs palette, I did a review. I'll put it up there. And if you are interested in that, you should definitely check it out. But I'm telling you what, the quality of these shadows is insane. I actually had very low expectations when I originally got this palette. I was so pleasantly surprised that obviously it became one of my yearly favorites. So clearly, it's top of the line. I want to talk about the ColourPop Super Shock Shadows. You guys probably know that I'm obsessed with these as well. I love them. I just wanted to talk about a couple shades in particular because they have so many shades, and I love so many shades, don't get me wrong. Like, there's so many that I'm like, oh my god. So good. But I wanted to pull out like 3 of my favorites. So if you've never used these, you should definitely check them out. They're like $6 on the ColourPop website or something like that. So they're really, really good, and they're kind of like a mousse, but not really a mousse. I don't know how to describe it. It's like very strange texture, but it dries down. It's like a normal shadow. It's just like the easiest like glitter kind of thing to apply, or sheen or whatever. It's like kind of a damp-ish shimmer shadow, but they also have matte ones, and I actually really like the matte ones too. But so I'm gonna stop. We're talking about these. Okay, so my first shadow that I love is Lightning Bug. It is this like golden copper looking beautifulness. I've used this in so many tutorials. It's insane, and I use this all the time in my day-to-day life. The next one is Revolution, and it is like this kind of cool toned, really light purpley gold silver, beautiful. I used this in my Valentine's Day Get Ready With Me tutorial. I used this one in my Gryffindor tutorial, as well as my Holiday Glam tutorial. And then this one I haven't used on camera, and I don't know why, because I friggin' love this and I use it all the time, like off camera. It is the most beautiful shadow. You put like a kind of semi-dark brown in your crease. You put this all over your lid, and then you're done. You don't have to do anything else. It is the shade Cricket, and I've had this for so long and used it for so long that I wore off the ColourPop name off the thing. But this is like a brownie, chocolatey, purple, deep golden, beautiful. It's so good. So this one is a metallic. The Revolution shade is Ultra Glitter, and the Lightning Bug shade is also an Ultra Glitter. So they have different finishes. I love all of them. So feel free to take your pick, and whichever one calls to you, go ahead and buy it, because there's no going wrong with any of them. But those are just my top 3. I love them. So moving on to liquid shadows, since we're kind of doing that whole thing, I'm going to talk about these beauties right here. So this is the Starfire Cosmetics Liquid Chrome, I think that's what they're called. Liquid Chrome shadows. They have like 5 shades. I did an entire review on these as well. I love these. Oh my god. Okay, Steel and Magnificent Metals. Cheaper and better. Okay, that's all I need to say. They're so good. They have 5 shades. Like I said, I talk to them. I'm like, please make more. Please make more. Like colorful ones. I don't know. Any or all of the above, because I am so obsessed with these. I can't even. I did this on a YouTube tutorial actually, as a black sparkly smoky eye, and it was the easiest smoky eye I've ever done in my entire life, and it was beautiful. So definitely check it out if you haven't, and check these out, because holy moly, you're missing out. You're missing out. Eyeliners, really quick. We're just gonna speed through here. So the NYX Cosmetics Slide On Glide On Stay On, definitely a turn on. Waterproof liner, Extreme Shine Gel Liner. Holy god, NYX, could you like not please? So much. Every single shade of these is amazing. I love them. You do have to sharpen them, which kind of sucks, but the shades and the long wearing power of these, so good. So definitely check those out. A new favorite of mine is this. I used this in my last try on. It is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. They have a couple shades of this. This stayed on like no other. This thing was a trooper. So check this out. It was like, I think $2. 2 whole dollars, okay? Check it out. Insane. Essence is a great brand, so definitely check them out. Also cruelty free. Colorful liners and liquid liners right now. So the NYX Vivid Brights are incredible. I love these so much. I've used these in a bunch of tutorials, and they're just so good. The pigment of the color is incredible. They are so long wearing, so highly recommend those. And in addition to that, we will get to move on to my love of my life, I've used this for so long and I am still obsessed with it. It is the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I freaking love this thing so much. Clearly it's beaten up and worn down because I love it. This is my go-to liner. It lasts me all day. It never flakes off. It never like runs. It's so long wearing, so easy to use. If you rather would have the pen tip, I personally don't like those, but if you would rather have the pen tip, they have a pen tip version of that. They're so good. So good. So then moving on to something else. Worn the crap out of this thing too. This is the Lottie London Stamp Liner, like duo liner set. And so it has like a little star stamp, which shout out to my very first tutorial for using it in that video. But I love this. I use this all summer, all winter. I want to use it every day of my life. It is just the cutest like little accent. They have a moon one. They have like a heart one. I have that one too. They have music notes. They have a bunch of other ones too. I just freaking love them. So good. So cute. Mascaras. Here's one that I freaking love. I've discussed this in another tutorial as well. This is the Starfire Limited Edition Mascara. I love this so much. It is such a good mascara. If you're in the market for kind of like a tubing mascara, but it's not really one, this is waterproof. It's so good. It's so easy to remove, despite the fact that it's waterproof. I don't have enough good things to say about it. Honestly, it is just really, really good. It gives you length. It gives you volume. I freaking love it. And in addition to that one, I have fallen in love, thank you BoxyCharm, with the Superhero It Cosmetics mascara. Holy moly. This is incredible. So freaking good. I am in love with that. If ever I have like a situation where I want to make my lashes look insane, I use that. It's so good. Whew. It's a pain in the neck to take off though, I'll tell you that right now. Make sure you got a lot of makeup wipes because it's annoying to take off. But the wear of it, it never chips off, nothing like that. It doesn't like fall on your face throughout the day. It's like you stick it on there and it's on. You're good to go. It curls your lashes, makes them look really long, really thick. It's just really good. So highly, highly recommend. Lip liners. I have the NYX retractable lip liners, and mostly I use this one in red. This is 100% waterproof. This is a long-lasting pencil, man. If you want your lipstick to stay on, stick this on. So good. So they have a bunch of colors. I like the retractable ones because then you don't have to sharpen it. But that's totally just a personal opinion. Both, I'm sure, are amazing. I actually have one of the pencil versions of those. And I like that one too, but I do prefer the retractable ones. So if you're looking, they're cheap. Additionally, I love this one and the set from Starfire. They have, these ones are wooden. I love the staying power. It is so easy to apply these. They are very pigmented. They also keep your lipstick on like no joke. They're not coming off. So definitely recommend those two if you're on the hunt for lip liners. I'm just going to run through some lipstick colors and brands right now because I freaking love it. So I have so many that I could pick from. Holy God, I can't. But just know that I love all these brands, okay? And these lipsticks are really freaking good. So this is the Hard Candy Velvet Mousse matte lip color, and this is in the shade Sweet Pea, I think, or Cherry Blossom. Holy moly, nobody talks about these. They need to talk about these. You guys need to talk about these. It's like $5 at Walmart. Go buy one right now. They're so good. This like shade is like my favorite springtime color. I'm moving on because I could go on for a long time, but they are freaking amazing. New favorite that I have found are these Milani ones. And like I said, I have been like dying to use these. I'm actually wearing this brown one here in Stunning right now. And they smell so good. They are so easy to apply. They last all day. They don't get like dry and weird. Really good. The red one that I have is amazing. Oh my God. The shade range is beautiful. They're inexpensive as well. Drugstore, cruelty free. They're freaking good. So if you've been like on the fence about it, this is the Amore Mattes, by the way. If you've been on the fence about it, go ahead and buy them. Really good. Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one in particular in Catnip, I think is discontinued. Rude, Anastasia. Rude. Don't do that anymore. This shade is so good. This is like my perfect, like, purpley pinkish cool toned nude. Like, if ever I have any situation where I'm like, I kind of want like a cooler toned purpley lip, this one is just enough to give you like that purple hue, but not so purple and cool tone that you kind of look dead, you know? Really, really good. Go out to Marshall's or TJ Maxx, one of those, and they actually have these, and I got a backup one because I knew that I'd run out and then I'd be sad. So check that out if you are in the market for that type of shade. These Lime Crime ones are insane. I love them so much. This is my favorite shade by them, or actually two of my favorite shades. Here's the other one. This one is in Pink Velvet, and I wore this all summer long. So good, so beautiful. Such a beautiful, like, kind of warm-toned Barbie pink. It's so good. The formula is so nice. It's so, like, it just goes on. It's like velvet. It really is like pink velvet. And they're called the Velveteens for a reason, so there you go. And then this shade is like my go-to warmish, reddish toned nude. Like, if ever I'm like, I don't know what lip to wear, this one. I just go for this one. It's an easy one. I love it. It's so comfortable. It is the shade Riot from them. It's actually the first liquid lipstick I ever got from Lime Crime, and I have bought it. I got a restock for Christmas because I need it in my life. So that's how much I love it. This one right here is actually from Ciate London, and I have used it so much that it doesn't have a thing on it anymore, but this is like a sample size. This is in the shade Pinup. Holy moly, I love this one too. I love the formula of this. The doe foot applicator of this is like so good. It's like kind of pointy. It's so good. I love this shade. It's like kind of a warmish, neutral-ish, cool. God. It's just really good. It's like, it's a really good pinky tone nude for me. I highly recommend it. It's kind of deep, but it's not too deep where it's like, ew. It's good. So that one's really good. And then on to ColourPop. Who would have thought we would ever get there? Whew! So these two are both collabs from people, and these two I use all the time. So this one right here I used all summer long. This is the, and this one I rubbed all the name off of, so I'll show you them. So this one right here, this bright red, is Arriba from ColourPop, and I love Sarahi, and this is their Ultra Matte lip. I love their Ultra Matte lips. They are so good. They stay on for forever. Some of them can be a little like crispy, but these ones aren't. So I highly recommend this one. It is so good. It lasts all day. That red is amazing. It's like a blue tone red, so it's very flattering. It makes your teeth look white. It's beautiful. It's a great like holiday shade. It's also a great summer shade, fall shade. It's a great year-round shade, really. So a red lip is a red lip is a red lip, and that one's a good one. It's got like the perfect deep like depth to it, that it's not like, hey, I'm red, but it's still like, hey, I'm red. It's just like, hey, I'm red. You know what I mean? I thought that was a good description. So then this one is a collaboration, and I think that, oh God, they came back out with it. I can't remember her name. Oh my gosh. I'll put it on the screen. But this is in the shade Rouge, and I am so obsessed with this shade. It's not an ultra metallic, but I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I put it on, it's like the perfect brownie red brick, deep, dark lip, but it has like a gold glitter in it. I don't know what it is, but every time I put it on, I'm like, oh, look at that glitter. And it stays on for forever. It doesn't get crispy. It doesn't get gross. It's not like one of those where it's patchy. It's like it goes on and it's on and you don't have to mess with it. So I love that. And then for a gloss, I know, who would have guessed a gloss? I use this a lot in my day-to-day life, and I never use it on camera. I don't know why. This is the NYX Butter Gloss, and these are amazing. And this is in the shade Angel Food Cake. They have so many shades, it's unreal, but this is probably like my favorite shade. It's like, there's days when I'm like, oh, my lips, they're chapped, but I don't want to like, I don't know. I just don't feel like wearing a lipstick, you know? This has the perfect amount of color to add to your lips to kind of give you like that like, wash of color, but it's not like a colored gloss. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to stress about it being like everywhere because it's a gloss, but it's also got enough color that I don't look super like dead, you know? And these ones like the butter glosses themselves, are so hydrating. It's almost like a chapstick. So I love this so much. And to finish it off, I'm going to talk about some setting sprays. So my old but love of my life is the e.l.f. Dewy Mist. Holy God, it's like $3. Go out and buy some right now. I don't know if you guys have been following me since the beginning, but if you have, you would know that I talked about that so much and used it so much, and I love it so much. It's so good. It's very hydrating. Amazing. And then for this one, it's a new favorite. It is the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. And this is so good. This is the dewy finish one. I don't know about the matte finish because I don't like really that from me, but other people might. So if you are interested in that, the mist of this is insanely good. I will say the only downside of the e.l.f. one is that it's kind of aggressive. But this one is really gentle, really good. So I highly recommend that. Let's take that all in, okay? Are we good? Let's move in to music and YouTubers really quickly, and then we will end this video on that note. So, as far as music, sorry, I'm reading off my phone because I made a little list. As far as music goes, I have collected a list of musicians and songs and stuff like that that I really loved in 2018, and I'm sure that there was more, but I just can't remember them all, but I've been trying. So, the first one, I will start from like older to newer, I guess. I don't know, I'm just gonna throw them out there. So, Bruno Mars, the song No Brainer by like DJ Khaled and Justin Bieber and like everybody and their brother. So good. Shawn Mendes, Lost in Japan, the remix. So good. Ariana Grande, all of Ariana Grande, everything that she's come out with this year. Thank you. Next. I need to move on. Dixie Chicks, Ride or Die, man. I love the Dixie Chicks. Thumbs up this video if you also love the Dixie Chicks. It's so good. They're so good. Ugh. Sabrina Carpenter, her new song, oh my God, what is it? Sue Me. Sue Me by Sabrina Carpenter. Holy God. Let me just tell you, so good. So good. That is like such like a girl hyping song, you know what I mean? She's like, oh, and you're like, oh, and then everybody's like, oh, and then it's so good. Go ahead and listen to it if you haven't listened to it already. Cardi B, love it. I like it like that. All of the above. Money back, money back, money back. Yeah, all of the above. Cardi B, like it. Daddy Yankee, all day, every day. Daddy Yankee, teach me Spanish. I need to know how to speak Spanish because I love so much Spanish music. It's insane. Probably a little fun fact that you didn't know about me, but I listen to Spanish music probably more than I listen to English music. Bad Bunny, yes. So good. I've loved him for a long time. So good. So, like I said, listen to a lot of Spanish music. Pale Waves, amazing. The 1975. Drop the mic right here. Amazing. Their new album, I think I posted about it on my Instagram, which you should follow me on right here. Holy moly, the 1975. I'm so bitter that they already sold out their tour, and you know who's opening for them? Pale Waves. And you know who's not going? Me, because they're sold out, and I'm upset about it. So, breathe it out. So good. If you haven't listened to the 1975, get your life together and go ahead and listen to it. Actually, it's kind of weird, so you may or may not like it, but I really like it. I think a lot of their music is so good. So I love them. And then as far as YouTubers go, let's discuss. Okay, Kendall Ray, so good. Eleanor Neal, so good. Georgia Marie, so good. All of them do true crime, mysteries, all of the above. Love it. That's what I listen to on my way home and to work every day. I have to not listen to it when it's super late at night because then I feel scared when I walk out to my car in the morning. But the rest of the time, so good. They do such great work. I highly recommend that you follow them if you're interested in that type of content. So good. Also, Bella Fiore, so good. She did like that whole Christmas, 12 Days of Christmas. So good. Okay. That's true crime. And then as far as makeup goes, obviously, Kathleen. Shout out, Kathleen. You're probably not watching, but if you are, I love you. Jacqueline, clearly. Tati. I've really gotten into Tati. recently. Yeah, I really like her a lot. She's very entertaining. I definitely think that her and I would get along because I also enjoy dad humor. And then Evelina Forcell, she's not like super, super big, but she definitely should be bigger than she is. Totally think that we could be friends, as well. So hit me up if you want to be friends, Evelina. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So if you guys have made it this long in the video, congratulations. You're the real hero here. I'm sorry that that was so insane, but I think that it was good. I think that we learned a little something. And hopefully you guys have, learned some new recommendations, some new makeup to check out if you haven't already checked it out. If you guys have any yearly favorites that you had, anything that you liked, definitely comment down below. Anything. If you have any recommendations for me or suggestions or videos that you want to see, comment them down below. Thank you guys so much for this year on YouTube. It's been really, really great. I hope that you have enjoyed hanging out with me for a year, and if you have, definitely give this video a thumbs up. It really, really helps me out. Share this channel if you do enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell so you get notifications every single time that I upload. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye! I'm out of breath, man. Pinkish, cool-toned nude. Okay, could you get your life together, please? Thank you. Holy moly, I'm working up a sweat. Working up a sweat.